The following video has been brought to you by the following announcement. Emo's Pizza! Sandwiches, salads, pastas. Original St. Louis style pizza since 1964. The square beyond all compare. Hello all, and welcome to this. I've always wanted to say that. I've always wanted to do that. Anyway, let's go to how I felt about Victory Road. This was wretched. This was fucking horrible. I don't understand how anyone could actually like that garbage. TNA, I don't really... I am... This pretty much explains everything I hate about the booking team. They don't know how to book for shit. They are fucking idiots. They don't know how to tell a story. They don't know how to book a match right. And, well, let's run down the card. You have Tara versus Angelina Love. That was a good match, but way too short. And Tara had the foot on the ropes, and she had the foot on the ropes right up till after the bell rang, and Slick Johnson totally ignored that and gave Angelina Love the title, which was totally... I don't understand why they gave Tara the TNA Knockouts title in the first place. What was the point there? Seriously. And you have Christopher Daniels versus Matt Morgan. It was a okay match. It was pretty good. Nothing too special about it. Abyss versus Richards. Surprise, surprise. It turned out to be nothing more than a slaughter toward Dr. Stevie. I was never a big fan of it from the beginning. I was started becoming a fan of it when Raven was in there. But now that he wasn't, he just had a few brief appearances, and now it seems like he's gone again. And the taser spot was really stupid. Totally fake, even. Team 3D versus Invasion. Again, nothing too special. It was a typical Dudley's match. Crowd was really silent, mostly silent in the pay-per-view, and the time they got really loud during the 3D Invasion match was the table spots. Dudleys were bringing out the tables. Yeah, and then we had... I'm going to take another page from True Slayer's book. Sharmell versus Jenna Maraska. Seriously, this was fucking wretched. I don't understand how TNA could actually put this shit of a match up there. This had to be like the worst pay-per-view match. Among the worst. Probably, I don't know if it would be closer to Hulk Hogan versus The Warrior. Well, I couldn't say that because it tops a lot of matches as being really bad. But it definitely worse than Stevie Richards versus Tomko, Unforgiven 2004. Triple H versus Scott Steiner in 2003. Undertaker and Kane versus Chronic, Unforgiven 2001. And TNA, you say you are wrestling and you actually give me this shit? Fuck you, TNA! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Oh my god. Next match, Styles versus Nash. AJ Styles, this is one of AJ Styles' worst matches so far. Kevin Nash seriously needs to retire. I know my 32-year-old niece loves Kevin Nash. She's a fan of the Wolfpack. So, yeah, I guess that would be a good thing to see. But This was not so good. AJ did what he could do for Nash. The guy's past his prime. I don't really know how he could keep up anymore. Anyway, then we had Beer Money versus Scott Steiner and Booker T. It was a decent match and a pretty good tag match, and you did not really have a... That wasn't really a good finish, though. You had James Storm spit beer in the face of Scott Steiner, and in the midst of it, Earl Hebner distracting him and pretty much giving Booker T an opening to axe kick Robert Roode across the rope and have it Scott Steiner pin Robert Roode. Booker T and Scott Steiner, new tag team champions. TNA, Beer Money is like perhaps one of, if not the best tag team you have on TNA right now, and you could have gave them a much better, longer reign, but instead you're going to give the Main Event Mafia, trying to build them up to be TNA's evolution. I'll get to that later on. Anyway, then we had Samoa Joe versus Sting, and not one of Joe's best matches, and Taz came out, and you had some FDW chants, but after that it turned right to crickets. Taz he didn't really do anything. He was just mostly here for the appearances. What was the point of him coming out? I guess he's the mentor to Joe. Anyway, Sting tapped out to the rear naked choke. Mick Foley versus Kurt Angle. This match was okay, but it was not the kind of match you should put in a main event. Seriously, how could anyone defend this pay-per-view? I mean, they say that it was predictable that the Main Event Mafia would win on the titles from Kurt Angle threatening to fire the Main Event Mafia. I say it was more than that. I told Mutatron on Skype I had an eerie feeling that they were going to win all the titles. Be like the Four Horsemen, NWO, and Evolution. TNA is actually trying to build their own evolution, if you will, and obviously that's not going to work. You have a bunch of old... That's pretty much proving to the TNA detractors that TNA is just pushing the WWE rejects. I don't understand it. Why don't you push more of the young talent? I guess you're trying to have AJ versus feud with Kurt Angle. Better do it right. Have it put it to Bound for Glory. But I don't think they will. Anyway, this pay-per-view was garbage. This was worse than Destination X. I mean, Destination X really pissed me the fuck off. And that's how bad Victory Road was. You didn't even have one X Division match. You didn't even have the World X Cup. Anyway, TNA, you really should be ashamed of yourself. Dixie Carter, Vince Russo, especially Vince Russo. This is a double fuck you for this pay-per-view. Anyways, I am out, and I hope to God Hard Justice is better than that shit we just saw later.